Alright, so I just finished watching a video on how to know if you're transgender or how to come out as being transgender. And it was by a guy named Sky. I think his YouTube thing is Skylark11, and he was one of my main resources in discovering who I was this summer, which is kind of weird. But, well, it's weird just because I've never even talked to him. But anyways, so Sky and Caden, Drunken Lullaby, some number, they were the biggest help for me, so if you guys want to check those out, you should. And by those, I mean them. So, for me, I just wanted to post this video, because I haven't posted anything specifically about me being transgender yet, and I feel like that is something that I should touch base on. Sorry my hair is wet, I just took a shower. So yes, I started identifying as transgender, as I said in my last video on your closet case. And, for me, it was kind of different than how it was for Sky, so I just wanted to give people who maybe have a different type of personality a different viewpoint, because for me, I have no patience, and when something clicks, it clicks, and I'm 100% in. I am pretty consistent in how I feel and what I do, and I know that, so I feel comfortable jumping straight into things. I knew about the transgender community, but for me, I really did think that being transgender was basically cross-dressing, like guys who were trying to look like girls that completely fail, or girls who were trying to look like guys that completely fail. And I had no idea that it was actually possible to live your life as the gender you feel yourself to be, as opposed to your biological sex. Sky touches on that in his video too, so I felt like I really connected to that. So yeah, for me, this summer I was like, oh, there are transgender people, and it just started to make sense, and I'd hypothetically bring it up with my family. I'd be like, so what if I was transgender? Or, so what if I was a boy? And they'd be like, well, and they were supportive the whole time, and they were like, oh, I don't know, I guess it would be a boy. And I moved from being like, haha, just kidding, I'm a girl, to being like, okay, just kidding, I don't identify with either, but I would never actually transition, like either female or male. And then, sorry, it froze, confused me. I moved from saying that I didn't identify with either male or female, so maybe like genderqueer. I never personally identified with that term, but that's probably what I would classify it as. So, middle of summer, I was like, yeah, that's probably what I am, and then I just didn't talk about it for a while with my family. My little sisters would always tease me. They're like, he's gonna eventually be like, I've always been a guy. Especially Annabelle, one of my little sisters, she's a twin. She would always be like, the next step in this process, he's gonna tell us that he's a guy and he wants to start being called this or whatever. And actually in like July, I asked my little sisters what my name would be if I was a boy. So they kind of helped in that process too. They wanted me to go for Brett. Bennett hadn't even come up yet, but Bennett's like the permanent one. Or Ben. I like Ben. Well, I like them both. So they were really supportive, but it was kind of like a joke. I think they knew deep down inside that it wasn't a joke, so maybe that's why it was easy for them. So by the end of the summer, I was pretty sure that I was transgender. I'd bring it up hypothetically with my girlfriend. Actually, it had been more than hypothetical throughout the summer with her. I had pretty much said it, and that I was just like not entirely comfortable with it myself. Or I think in August, early August or late July, I told her that's how I felt, and she was like, I've never seen you as a boy or a girl, I just love you for you. And so it was easier for me to feel comfortable in accepting myself as male with her support. So she's kind of known about it officially for the longest. And then I came to school here, and I told the story in another video. I can't even remember what video it was, but I told the story about how I started telling people what my name was, and it just started to feel right, and then I was like, yeah, I'm probably transgender. And then this was all over the course of probably like total 3 months. And then I talked to Kate about it, my girlfriend, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this is what I am. And she was like, well, do you want me to use male pronouns? What do you want me to call you? Like, do you want to be my boyfriend? Blah, blah, blah. And so she helped me to kind of decide where I was most comfortable, and it just went like straight from there. I told Katie, who's my best friend, she posts on Tuesdays, so I told Katie, and then when I was with Katie, I told my mom, and actually I told my parents after I had changed my Facebook name, so they were kind of like expecting it probably, but I just hadn't like officially called them and told them. So I told my mom, and I didn't say I was transgender, I just said I always have felt like a guy. I believe gender is so much more than male and female, but for my comfort in this society, I feel like I would prefer to identify as male, and I have since then. So I think it's been like 6 weeks that I've been identifying as male, and